Prince George's County is located in Maryland and borders the eastern region of Washington, D.C. Prince George's County is usually referred to as suburban Washington, D.C. With a population of 863,420, Prince George's County stands as the second most populated county in Maryland, behind Montgomery County.
My name is Reginald Bookard. I'm a native New Yorker, grew up in Jamaica, Queens. I now reside in Prince George's County, Maryland. I've been here for 36 years. Well, I actually arrived in Prince George's County in 1979 to attend University of Maryland, where I graduated from in December of 1983. Had no idea that University of Maryland or the city of College Park was located in Prince George's County, but discovered that obviously upon my arrival. And in living in Prince George's County, or attending the University of Maryland, living in Prince George's County the most of my adult life, I've grown to become very fond of it. Its location, its proximity to the nation's capital, its proximity to New York City, its culture, recreation, entertainment, all the things that I look for in a city or a place that I reside. It exists here within this DMV area.
My name is Karen Dennis Bookard. I am a native New Yorker, born and raised in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. I currently live in Prince George's County. Well, my connection to Prince George's County started with my connection to Washington, D.C., which is in a 5 to 10 mile radius from Prince George's County. I attended Howard University, where I lived in D.C. and became familiar with the culture of D.C. Post-graduation from Howard University, I transitioned to Prince George's County after a short-lived stay in Washington, D.C., right after I got married. Prince George's County is a county that I raised my children and experienced what life was like in a suburb of Washington, D.C. So the transition was getting used to living in a house versus an apartment, multiple entries and exit into a home, and really just settling down with neighbors who don't live vertically, rather horizontally.
One fun fact, 5 neighborhoods in Prince George's County have made it into the top 10 richest black communities in America. Some celebrities that you may know from Prince George's County are Jim Henson, the creator of The Muppets, Kevin Durant, Martin Lawrence, Wale, Navarro Bowman, Maya, as well as many others.
My name is Matthew Bookard. I was born in Washington, D.C., and I was raised in Prince George's County, also known as PG County. My experience in Prince George's County schools was a good one. I was an athlete most of my life, so always hung out with other athletes. Practice, always had practice after school, so didn't get into, didn't do a lot outside of, everything I did typically revolved around sports, whether it's going to other people's games, going to my games, things of that nature. One interesting thing, I always thought it was interesting, is Prince George's County is predominantly African American, and I don't think I had Hispanic classmates, but I didn't have a white classmate until maybe I was in the 8th grade, and then when I went to high school, I went to a high school that had a lot of different ethnicities in it, but I always thought that was interesting.
So part of the transition to Prince George's County was really understanding the challenges with the education system and the crime rate. Those are 2 areas that concerned me when I transitioned here and continue to concern me. I raised 3 children here who received great education, but we had to be strategic about that education and how they received it. It is not a luxury that is afforded to everyone. So those are challenges that I think Prince George's has in front of them, and if we can address those challenges, I think the rest will really continue to progress.
Prince George's County is rich with its own culture. For instance, Prince George's County has their own style of music called go-go. Go-go is a mixture of funk, rhythm, and blues. and also early hip hop. Go-go originated in the early 1960s. Some go-go artists that you may know of include Chuck Brown and a band called Experience Unlimited. You may know their song, The Butt. Today, Prince George's County residents listen to numerous bands who perform at parties called go-go's.
I would describe the culture as a very rich, high education, high in arts and entertainment, high in politics. So you have a mix of activities and events and culture here in Prince George's County, DMV area, which is District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia region. We are approximately 35 miles from Baltimore, the city of Baltimore, approximately 90 miles from Richmond, Virginia. And this area is, 5 minutes, not even 10 minutes from Washington, D.C., the nation's capital.
Prince George's County, Maryland is popular for their crabs. Summertime just isn't the same without a bushel of crabs. Prince George's County seafood restaurants are famous for their crabs because they're cooked differently. Instead of boiling crabs like the rest of the East Coast, restaurants steam crabs. Boiling makes the crab meat wet rather than just moist, which is how most prefer. As a result, in Prince George's County, steamed crabs is the only way that they are cooked. There are many ways to have fun in Prince George's County. It depends on how old you are and what you are interested in. For instance, Prince George's County is only minutes away from Washington, D.C. If you're a fan of history, Prince George's County is home to multiple museums and also bars and clubs. If you want to have fun in Washington, D.C., if you want to have fun in Prince George's County, you can also go to our neighboring town, Washington, D.C. To do this, you can go to the train station, buy a ticket, board the train, exit the train, go to the museum, or you can party with some locals at a club or a bar. But Prince George's County has its own fun spots. If you're a sports fan, head on over to FedEx Stadium and check out a Redskins game. Or you can head down the street to Sports and Learning Complex, where local high school teams compete in championship games and track meets. Sports and Learning Complex houses a pool, a gym, and also an indoor track and an outdoor track, a football stadium, a football field, and a gymnastics room.
I mean, PG County got a little bit of stuff for everybody. They got there's a bar scene, and you got DC right there, so you can go check out the museum and things like that. Me personally, I grew up as an athlete, so a lot of the things that I did revolved around like workouts and things like that. So I've been to a lot of the gyms, the sports and learning complexes, the FedEx Field, Cole Fieldhouse, Stairs, things like that. Very competitive. The school I went to, high school, was 4A, and that was about as big as it gets in Prince George's County. And like I said, very competitive. Had all the major sports: baseball, football, basketball. I played football. Played with a lot of guys who played professionally in the NFL. So yeah, I would characterize it as pretty competitive.
In Prince George's County, I enjoy hanging out at Wegmans. It's one of my favorite places to hang out, and that is in Lanham. I actually live in Lanham. I also enjoy being in Bowie and Greenbelt. and New Carrollton. Those are areas that I enjoy being in and living. And one of the reasons why I really enjoy it is because of the diversity we spoke of earlier, the diversity of backgrounds and cultures. And there's a unique diversity even in the African American community, and that diversity crosses economic, education, as well as ethnicity in the African American community. We have a significant population of Latinos, as well as people from the African diaspora, which make up a great and rich African American community here in Prince George's County.
As a alumni of the University of Maryland, I would describe it as my favorite landmark, favorite location in Prince George's County. University of Maryland is located in College Park, Maryland. It is home to some 40,000 odd undergraduates, and it has a graduate program and a postgraduate work that can be accomplished there at University of Maryland. And the surrounding area of the university called College Park has entertainment, has recreation, has dining. On the campus we have entertainment, we have sports, we are members of the Big Ten. We have a championship basketball team, a thriving football team, and then all the other collegiate sports. And we have an outstanding fitness center that costs some $30-40 million to build.